friends. Elise here. Happy Monday morning. And the weather is getting warmer and we're starting to see those little buds peek out from the soil, which is super encouraging. I can't wait to see all the colors and smell the sense of spring that's to come real soon. And of course, we're just weeks away from the greatest story ever about Jesus and his resurrection and what he did for us by dying on the cross. And so this morning, I'll share my coffee mug first. This is my coffee mug. This is a Starbucks coffee mug, but it is from another one from China. And this is called Turtle Head Park, which is a place that Justin and the girls and I would often walk around, and it was really beautiful. We lived in a city big enough that Starbucks made mugs for, those larger cities. So we lived in a city with 6 million people. So about this time every year, I'll start to use my springtime mug. It just reminds me of all the good, nice, fun times that we had together. Today I want to share a little bit about Justin's mom. Justin's mom passed away on Monday, February 8th, after a long battle of illnesses, not COVID related. And we decided as a family that the best choice for Trish would be hospice. And so we had a gift. We spent 12 days with her when she came home from the hospital after 3 weeks where we couldn't see her. Just Justin's dad, Steve, could see her. And we got to have some really sweet conversations with her. But at her memorial service, the pastor shared some things that I just want to share with you because I think they struck me and I'm just reminded by them every day. And when Justin and I talk about his mom and we remind the girls about Grammy, these are the things that we're going to share with them. So the pastor said that he enjoyed every single conversation that he had with Trish, and he was their pastor for more than 20 years. And so that just caused me to sit and reflect that is there a person on this earth who would say that they enjoyed every single conversation that they had with me? And I'm not sure that that's true. So that is an awesome thing that we can be encouraged by and remind the girls about as they grow. And the three things that he said stuck out about Trish and her personality and her authenticity are that she had compassion for others, she had a high regard for the truth, and that she was authentic. And he said the Trish that you saw on Sunday morning was the Trish that you were going to see on Wednesday night or Saturday morning at the grocery store. So just super encouraged by those words, and that's how a number of people felt about Trish. One of the super special things that she did was make birthday phone calls to hundreds of people. And I'm not kidding, hundreds of people. She had this perpetual calendar on her counter in her kitchen. And every day, it might have been 2, 3, 4 phone calls she would make. And in the age of technology and text messaging and Facebook and all this stuff, she still would always pick up the phone and call and say happy birthday. She would leave a message if you didn't answer, if you're at work. And so at the memorial service, when the pastor asked, about that, the number of hands that came up to say, yes, Trish called me every single year and we had great conversations. It's just awesome. And so many people now this year are going to miss that phone call from Trish. And the phone call was encouraging and it was considerate. And she would just ask you about your day and ask you what plans you had for your birthday or how things were with work or at home or school. And so we are certainly going to miss those birthday messages from Trish. I just have a couple notes here. I just didn't want to miss anything for you. Trish was certainly not perfect. Justin is the youngest of 3 boys. And so she would get stubborn and a little difficult sometimes. But I often think, if you had 3 rambunctious boys, that you were in charge of nurturing and teaching and encouraging, you'd probably get a little stubborn sometimes too. But we are certainly going to miss Trish. The one thing that I wrote about Trish, that she was the nucleus of so many people's lives and love. So it's been a little strange to have someone pass away during this season. Normally, you'd be seeing people at church and, unmasked and you could see their faces and you can give hugs. And so we haven't been able to do that. But we have been really encouraged by the prayers and the ridiculous amount of sympathy cards and the texts and the phone calls. So that's been really awesome. So it's been a strange time to lose someone. I actually, my father passed away, but this was many years ago from ALS. And so the passage that I want to share for you today is a passage that I pressed into when my dad passed away. He was a marathon runner. And so when he passed, I was only 27, and it was not even a year that Justin and I were married. It was about 9 months into our marriage. And so this passage comes from Hebrews chapter 12, 1-3. And it says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart." So this week, as we press in a little bit further towards Easter and we share with our kids the Easter message, just don't grow weary. If there's other people in your life who are hurting and are lonely and need someone to talk to or need to hear this message, I don't want you to grow weary. I want you to find strength in the Word, find strength in Jesus. And those people who in your life have been placed there to leave an impact in some way or another. So Trish is one of those people for me, and I will miss her dearly. But it would probably give her no greater joy than for Justin and I to continue to reach out to people who we know need to hear about Jesus. So I am super looking forward to seeing some of you at church as the weather goes warmer. And when you're ready to come back, we're going to welcome you with fist bumps and elbow taps for the time being. And we will look forward to someday when we can hug again. Okay. Have a great week. Take care.